Hey, thanks for stopping by Minnesota Black Robe Regiment. As always, make sure you are checking out the subscription button down there if you are on YouTube. If you're on Rumble, make sure you're following, like, comment, and share. Um, we're going to talk a little bit about bullying in government-run schools here in the state of Minnesota, but really a kind of across the board in the entire country. Schools have put in place policies against bullying. Any kind of bullying over and above normal interactions between students is considered harassment. It's considered unlawful according to school policy and procedure. There's massive discipline issues to take into consideration. But the video I'm going to show you here in just a couple of minutes shows you that the school board and the school districts, the admin, seem to apparently have no problem with bullying at all. None. And while the video I'm going to show you is going to be much shorter than my commentary, I want to take you to the Zumbrota-Mazeppa Public School District, and I want to show you their policy on bullying and what they say about bullying. And this is a revised policy and procedure from the Zumbrota-Mazeppa School District, and we're gonna take a look at it here. Okay, so are you ready? So this is the Zumbrota-Mazeppa revised public school government-run center of indoctrination, if you will. This is their bullying prohibition policy, and originally written on May 21st of 2007, revised numerous times, with the most recent revision being adopted on August 23rd of 2021. So what do we see here? The purpose of their anti-bullying policy is a safe and civil environment is needed for students to learn and attain high academic standards and promote healthy human relationships. Bullying, like other violent or disruptive behavior, is conduct that interferes with a student's ability to learn and a teacher's ability to educate students in a safe environment. The school district cannot monitor the activities of students at all times and eliminate all incidents of bullying between students, particularly when students are not under the direct supervision of school personnel. However, to the extent that such conduct affects the educational environment of the school district and the rights and welfare of its students and is within control of the school district in its normal operations, the school intends to prevent bullying and to take action to investigate, respond to, remediate, and discipline for those acts of bullying which have not been successfully prevented. The purpose of this policy is to assist the school district in its goal of preventing and responding to acts of bullying, intimidation, violence, reprisal, retaliation, and other similar disruptive and detrimental behavior. So, general statement of policy. This is part 2, section A. An act of bullying by either an individual student or a group of students is expressly prohibited on school premises, school district property, at school functions or activities, and on school transportation. The policy applies not only to students and staff who directly engage in an act of bullying, but also to student and staff who, by their indirect behavior, condone or support another student's act of bullying. This policy also applies to any student or staff whose conduct at any time or in any place constitutes bullying or other prohibited conduct that interferes with or obstructs the mission or operations of the school district or the safety or welfare of the students or other students, or materially and substantially interferes with a student's educational opportunities or performance or ability to participate in school functions or activities or receive school benefits, services, or privileges. This policy also applies to an act of cyberbullying, regardless of whether such act is committed on or off school district property and or with or without the use of school district resources. No teacher, administrator, volunteer, contractor, or other employee of the school district shall permit, condone, or tolerate bullying. Apparent permission or consent by a student being bullied does not lessen or negate the prohibitions contained in this policy Retaliation against a victim, good faith reporter, or a witness of bullying is prohibited. False accusations or reports of bullying against another student are prohibited. A person engages in an act of bullying, reprisal, retaliation, or false reporting of bullying, or permits, condones, or tolerates bullying shall be subject to discipline or other remedial responses for the act in accordance with the school district's policies and procedures, including the school district's discipline policy. The school district may take into account the following factors: the developmental ages and maturity levels of the parties involved. This is all very important, by the way. The levels of harm, surrounding circumstances, and nature of the behavior, past incidences or past or continuing patterns of behavior, the relationship between the parties involved, and the context in which the alleged incidents occurred. Consequences for students who commit prohibited acts of bullying may range from remedial responses or positive behavioral interventions up to and including suspension and or expulsion. The school district shall employ research-based, developmentally appropriate best practices that include preventative and remedial measures and effective discipline for deterring violations of this policy, apply throughout the school district, and foster student, parent, and community consequences for employees who permit, condone, or tolerate bullying or engage in an act of reprisal or intentional false reporting of bullying may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination or discharge. Consequences for other individuals engaging in prohibited acts of bullying may include, but not be limited to, exclusion from school district property and events. The school district will act to investigate all complaints of bullying reported to the school district and will discipline or take appropriate action against any student, teacher, administrator, volunteer, contractor, or other employee of the school district who is found to have violated this policy. So, they go to definitions here, and they use the MSBA. I think that's the Minnesota School Board Association definitions. For the purpose of this policy, the definitions included in this section apply. Bullying means intimidating, threatening, abusive, or harming conduct that is objectively offensive, and an actual or perceived imbalance of power exists between the student engaging in the prohibited conduct and the target of the prohibited conduct, and the conduct that is repeated or forms a pattern or materially and substantially interferes with the student's educational opportunities or performance or ability to participate in school functions or activities or receive school benefits, services, or privileges. The term bullying specifically includes cyberbullying as defined in this policy. Now, I could go on and on and on and read 5 more pages of this, but we're not going to do that. And why is that? Why are we not going to do that? Because we're going to stop right here and we're going to watch a very brief 5-second interaction. So here we go.
You know what's funny? Me beating you. That's beating. That's a new. You know what's funny? Me beating you. That's beating. That's a new. You know what's funny? Me beating you. That's beating.
Now, we've watched this video, right? We've seen what took place here. We have seen what has transpired. This is a student, approximately 13 years of age. This is Monday, the 1st of November. The student is approximately, like I said, 13 years old. This is a paraprofessional. A paraprofessional. This is an employee of the school district. Has a behavior established wherein other people are fully aware that this is her common practice in a classroom. Is this student deserving of such behavior? And here's the thing. I have it on good authority that this student has no disciplinary history. Now, that could be wrong, and if I find out that it is, I'll report as such. But that being said, this is a young teen child. Okay? Period. Clearly, probably bigger than the paraprofessional. But Does any person, paraprofessional or not, school district employee or not, have a right to do to this child what Jacqueline did to this child? Period. End of story. Not at all. This is, by a public sector employee, an example of unlawful use of force. It's abusive and it's assaultive. And this lady, not only does she need to be immediately terminated and have it publicly stated that she is being terminated, period. The school district needs the parents, we the people, the citizens of the Zumbrota-Mazeppa School District have every right to demand the termination of this woman. That there be no contract negotiation, that there be no payoff, that all of her benefits, any of that gone. Not only that, she needs to be charged criminally with assaulting a minor. End of story. She needs to be placed in handcuffs. She needs to be taken into the local detention center, booked in for assaulting a minor, and she needs to do time. There should be no plea deal. There should be no plea agreement. There should be no offering of a reduction of charges. There shouldn't be any consideration for whatever was happening. I do not care what she claims happened, because I know through conversations what happened. And if I find out I've been lied to, I will let you know. But this woman, this adult lady, not only did she violate the Zumbrota-Mazeppa bullying policy, she has broken Minnesota state statutes. She has committed a crime. A crime. An actual crime was committed. She has committed the crime of assault. And she has assaulted a minor as an adult. She should not be allowed anywhere near anyone's children. Jacqueline is an abusive predator. And there again, I have been told many parents have concerns about her behavior, and that this is not the first time this has been reported. If you happen to be a Minnesotan, or anybody else for that matter, reach out to the Zumbrota-Mazeppa School District, to the school board, to the superintendent of schools, to the administration. Reach out to the local law enforcement agency and ask that this woman be charged with a crime. Demand that she be terminated. Terminated for actually committing a crime. And if you can't be bothered to pay attention to this, don't tell me how much you care about the kids. This is a form of tyranny. And the school district, the school board, the school superintendent, the school administration are hoping that no one pays attention to this. Because you know for damn sure, mainstream media is not going to report this. You know they won't. You know what? You want to know why I know this? Because it's been reported to me that they've already refused to have anything to do with it. Reach out to the Zumbrota-Mazeppa School District in Minnesota and demand action be taken on this. And as the story develops, when we know more, if I can reach out to, if I get a chance to talk to the parents of the student, or even to the student, we will be doing, when we can, if we can, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment will do a conversation if I can find the parents. If I can get a chance to sit down and talk with them, we will be doing a conversation about this. And we will find out if there's been resolution. We will find out whether or not charges have been pressed, and we will pursue this. We will pursue this. But we need you, the viewers, to get involved. Like and comment and share this video, and make sure that you reach out to the Zumbrota-Mazeppa School District to get action taken, and we will know if she's fired or not. We will know. And if they refuse to fire her, We need to continue to demand that it happen. And if they refuse to charge her, we need to make our voices heard. Civilly and peacefully. We don't want to be guilty of bullying like this, actual physical bullying. Physical assault. Never okay. Especially on a minor. This is why we do what we do, right? Minnesotans, Americans, this is uncalled for.
Please listen carefully.
Until next time, Sic Semper Tyrannis.
Please listen carefully.
Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, you are over the target. You are authorized to fire at